Hey everybody, I'm Miss Alene and I want to thank you guys for joining us again for Kids Corner on Armstrong Cable, channels 20 and 100. Today we're at Poland Union Elementary School with the first grade class, and it is all about colors, chameleons, and suncatchers. So stay tuned so we can figure out how all those things actually have something in common. And don't forget, we've got 2 stories and a very fun Suncatcher art project. Well, hello everybody. How are you today?
Good.
Excellent. You guys look like you're ready to have some fun. Are you ready to have some fun?
Yeah!
Me too. So today it is all about colors, and chameleons and suncatchers.
Suncatchers?
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all of the things I just mentioned. So we're going to also find out what they all have in common. Does anybody know what a chameleon is? Okay. Has anybody ever seen a real chameleon? Me too. Have you ever seen them change colors in front of you? Me too. It's pretty cool, huh? Okay, so for those of you who don't know what a chameleon is a reptile, and they're a very cool reptile because what they do is they are able to, here's a word, camouflage. Does anybody know what camouflage means? Okay, let me get one person to tell me. How about you in the back?
It means you blend in.
It means that they can blend in and they can make themselves so that they're hard to see. And they pretty much blend in with anything that's around them. So if, let's say, I have a blue shirt on today and I stick my chameleon next to my blue shirt, he's going to get as close to that color as he can so that you can't see him. So, does anybody know all the colors of the rainbow? Let me get you right here.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, indigo, violet.
Indigo, violet, yep. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And we use a real funny little initials, what's called an acronym, to remember that, and it's Roygbiv. That's the one I learned, and you can learn lots of different ones to remember. Did you learn Roygbiv? Yeah. And that's Roy, red, R, orange, yellow. What comes next?
Green.
Green, then what? Blue, then what?
Indigo.
Yeah, and violet. Very good, you guys. Yep. So, we've got lots of different colors, and after we have the basic colors of the rainbow, there's lots of colors in between, aren't there? There's different shades of blue, there's different shades of red, there's different shades of yellow, different shades of green and orange and violet and indigo, all of those things that make up all the different colors that we see all over the world, right? Very cool. So, tell me a little bit about the sun. Does anybody know anything about the sun? How about you in the rainbow shirt?
It's very hot.
It's very hot. Is it really dark when the sun is out, or what happens when the sun is out? How about you right here?
It's really bright.
It's very bright. And sun rays are what we see from the sun, and they make everything very bright. And has anybody ever seen a suncatcher? Does anybody know what that is? It makes those colors shine through as the sunlight hits it. So we've talked a little bit already about all 3 things. We've talked a little bit about chameleons, we've talked a little bit about the sun, and we've talked about different colors, haven't we? See, they all do kind of work together, don't they? The Suncatcher actually reflects the colors through the glass or the plastic in a from a sun ray through the Suncatcher, and it makes the colors shine through. So today we are going to tie all of those things together, and we're going to make our very own Suncatchers after we read our 2 stories. And we've got a couple of very cool stories today. One of them's more like a book about colors, but it's a very cool book about colors. And that one is called Magic Colors. Has anybody ever seen this book? Okay, then I've got a really cool surprise for you. You've seen it before? Okay, don't tell anybody what happens, because it's a very cool book, and it teaches us a little bit about how colors mix together and change what we see as colors. So that's one book. And that book is a very, very cool book by Mr. Patrick George. And then we also have a very funny story called Leon the Chameleon. And that is by Melanie Watt. And this story is a lot of fun too. First, we are going to look at our Magic Color book. And our Magic Colors book has some surprises. So let's get started. Okay, so we see brown bear, we see 2 ears, 2 eyes, and a nose, and it says brown bear, right? And what do we see on the other side? We see a green frog, right? But look what happens when we take this part and we bring it over here. Wasn't that cool? I've got a lot more cool to show you in this book. So, our green frog, now we see, was on yellow paper, and the tint that's on this color made it look green. And when we moved this over here, it made our frog even more brown, didn't it? Yellow candy. Do we see yellow candy here? I don't see yellow candy either, but we see a green fish over here, don't we? See the green fish? It's a green fish, and then if we move that over there, we now see our yellow candy. And now there's no fish there. But what color was under what made that fish a green fish? Blue, just kind of like your shirt almost, huh? So, we've learned some things about what colors mix to make other colors already. So now we will go to our next page, and it says green bird. Do we see a green bird? No. Not yet. And on the other side, we see a brown rabbit. Now, how is that gonna work? Let's see. And now we have our green bird, and what happened to our brown rabbit? What color was underneath?
Pink.
Pink, yep, very much so. All right, next page. We see yellow car, red train. We see our red train, right?
Yeah, the yellow car and the red.
Well, not completely though, because look what happens.
See, I told you it's not a yellow car.
Now we've got a complete yellow car.
What happened to the train?
But what happened to the train? It's all gone, look. Isn't that cool?
It unhooked.
Each of these pages has different tints. Like, we'll go back to our, let's see, our best example I think is this one, where we see our brown rabbit and our green bird. Well, if you look at the tint on there, it's a green tint, but the green and the pink make it look brown. Green ball, brown ball.
I see it. I get it. Yeah, I do. I knew it.
Very cool, huh?
I do that. Oh.
Our next page says brown leaves. Where are the brown leaves? But on the other side, I see green leaves. Do you see green leaves?
Yeah.
I see green leaves. What side do we see on this where it says brown leaves, though?
Nothing. I only see a brown squirrel.
What color is the page, though? How about you right here? Red. That's right. It's a red page, but it says brown leaves. I don't see them. Where are they? Look at what happens.
They fall from the tree. They're brown.
They just turned brown. But look what happened. There's no leaves here now.
It's winter. It's winter.
Yeah, it's just like winter. Okay, next page. Orange sunset, chocolate ice cream.
What?
I don't know. Let's find out. We have orange sunset and we have chocolate ice cream. But what just happened?
Ew, that's not.
What happened to the chocolate ice cream? What color was the top of the chocolate ice cream before? Does anybody remember? How about somebody I haven't heard from yet? So I don't think I've heard from you. Do you remember what color the top of the ice cream was? It was pink. Where'd the pink go? It's all gone. But look, there it is. Chocolate ice cream with a pink top. It's how colors work. When you mix colors together, you get another color. So let's go to our next page. And we have green, do we have green grapes? I don't see green grapes. Do you see green grapes?
Yes.
Me either. What color is the page over here?
Yellow.
Yellow. So where are our green grapes? But I see purple grapes. Do you see the purple grapes?
Yeah.
They're right there, right?
Where's the purple grape?
The purple grapes disappeared, and now we have what? Green grapes. We just saw our green grapes and our purple grapes turn to green grapes, and now we don't have any purple grapes. So let's go to our next page and see what surprises are left. Blue sky. But what color is the page? It's white. Green grass, though. Do you see the green grass?
Yeah.
Yep. And we have a yellow sheep. That's kind of funny. Sheep aren't usually yellow.
They're white.
Yep. But
Unless you dye them.
look what happens when we move our tinted page from our green grass to make our blue sky.
Wow.
Very cool, huh? Okay, let me get two people to tell me about this.
The sheep turn into clouds. When you turn in the page, the sheep turn into white clouds.
Well, sorta, yep. Where the shape for the sheep was cut out, it did turn into the clouds, didn't it? What were you gonna say?
When you turn the page, the tin, one side was blue with some of it wasn't blue, but most of it was blue, and the other half was white.
Well, kind of. If you look right here, if you can see that, the tint of the page is blue except for where the parts are cut out. Well, not cut out, but where they're not blue and they're just clear. So that's how we get our sheep and our clouds and our blue sky or green grass. Did you have something to say?
When you turn that page, the sheeps are bare with no stuff.
That's true. We lose our sheep. Let's figure out what our last surprise is. We see, wait, what?
Mouse.
White mouse?
That's the shape of a cat.
I don't see a white mouse.
That's a white cat.
I see a white cat, but I don't see a white mouse. Do you see a black cat over here though?
No, that looks like a boy face.
That's a black cat over here. But look what happens. I see the white mouse too. It's right underneath that black cat. And we have one more page which shows us all of the very cool colors. But look what happens. We have purple, we have red, we have blue.
The rest of the colors. They're like fall colors.
So we went from purple, red, and blue, orange, green, and pink, to light brown, dark brown, and purple. So that tells us what colors we get when we mix purple, red, and blue, and we mix purple and yellow with red and green and blue and pink. We get these colors here. Now let's see about the next row. The next row we have yellow, light blue, and orange. And we have pink, yellow, and blue. And what happens when we put them together? Whoa! That turned to red, that turned to green, and that turned to brown. But it was yellow, blue, and orange. So now we have on our last row pink, kind of a orangey yellow, and a bright yellow. And we have green, pink, and blue. But when we put them together, we have dark brown, red, and dark green. Isn't this a very cool book?
Yes.
So now we have learned, with the help of Mr. Patrick George, all about magic colors. Did everybody like that book?
Yeah.
Me too. I thought it was going to be a lot of fun. So now we're going to read Leon the Chameleon. And this is by Melanie Watt. Leon the chameleon was different from all the other chameleons. When the others sat on green leaves, they turned green. When they stood on yellow sand, they turned yellow. And when they swam in the blue pond, they turned blue. Do you see them on the green leaves and the yellow sand? Yep. But not Leon. When he sat on a green leaf, he turned red. When Leon stood on yellow sand, he turned purple. And when Leon swam in the blue pond, he turned orange. Leon didn't do this on purpose. He wanted to be the same as the other chameleons. He just couldn't help turning the opposite color. Sometimes being different made Leon feel frightened. He couldn't camouflage himself when there was danger. You see him hiding under the leaf? Sometimes being different made Leon feel embarrassed. He always stood out in a crowd. Sometimes being different made Leon feel lonely. He didn't join the other little chameleons because he felt that he didn't fit in. Leon thought there was no place for him in the group, especially when the others played their favorite game, camouflage and seek. One day, the little chameleons decided to go exploring. Leon was curious, so he followed them out of the forest, trying his best to stay hidden. The little chameleons walked for a long time. After a while, they realized they were lost. The little chameleons were scared. Leon was scared too. Do we see Leon hiding behind the rock? Leon huddled behind a rock until he couldn't stand being alone any longer. He peeked out, and the little chameleons spotted him immediately. To Leon's amazement, they were happy to see him. Back in the forest, their parents were worried. It was getting late. They set out to search for the little chameleons. Their parents walked for a long time, but there was no sign of the little chameleons. Then, far off in the distance, they saw a green dot. It was Leon. Thanks to his color, the little chameleons had been found, safe and sound. Everyone was overjoyed. After a day full of adventure, the chameleons returned home. This time, Leon walked with all the others. He was still the opposite color, but now he had his own special place in the group. This time, being different made Leon feel proud. And then the back of this talks about colors, just like we've been talking about. And it talks about the primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. And it talks about mixing colors and all of those cool things that we've been talking about this whole time. So we've actually learned how all those things kind of tie together. And now we've learned about chameleons, we've learned about colors, we've learned about sun catchers and how they work. So now it's time to put all those things in action and do our very fun sun catcher art project. All right? So let's get started, and we're going to make our very fun sun catcher art projects. And these are my examples. And when you put them up against bright light, the sun shines through them and you can see the colors really, really pretty reflected. So you guys are gonna have a very fun sun catcher to bring home with you. And since it's Mother's Day now, you guys can actually share that if you'd like. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your plate, open your glue up, and you're gonna start by, and you're gonna not too much, but thinly put strips of, like stripes of glue all over your all over your plastic plate. And you're gonna make sure that you have enough so that when you start sticking your paper, it'll all stick. And you're gonna fill your plate up with different colored pieces of paper. they should be just about done with filling up their plates with their colored paper. And once you're done with that, you can take your plate filled with colored paper, and you now have 3 beautiful gems, and you may actually get a few more because I think we have some leftovers. So what you'll do is, I'm gonna borrow your glue again, and you're gonna put just a small amount of glue on the back of your gem, not a lot, because if you put a lot, it'll squish all over the place and it'll be very hard for it to dry. So you're gonna take your beautiful gem and you're gonna find a spot, look at the color, think about the magic colors that we did, and find a good spot to put your gem so that when the sun shines through it, it will make another color come through. Hey everybody, I am Miss Alene, and I want to thank you for joining us at Poland Union Elementary School with the first grade class. We've had a very fun time today talking about colors, chameleons, and sun catchers. So I hope you enjoyed our 2 stories, Magic Colors and Leon the Chameleon, and our very fun sun catcher art project. Until next time, join us on Armstrong Cable channels 20 and 100 for Kids Corner, and we say goodbye.